Hey, hey, future Tom, present Tom here. So, what I wanted to talk about today was something that is quite personal, actually. So, I want to talk about Chris. Chris being somebody I knew, and it was quite not somebody that I knew really well. Not somebody who was a really good close friend of mine, but they were a friend of mine at some point in my life. I spent a lot of time with them at some point in my life, and unfortunately, um, they died. Uh, it's not something that I want to specifically talk about here. I don't want to talk about like how I feel about it. I don't feel like this is the kind of thing that I want to talk about it with. Not to this. I've got a lot of conflicted feelings about how I feel about my friend dying, but to kind of put it as a kind of message to what I want to say to my friend, what I want to say is, Chris, you are a fucking dick, but as much as I hated and loved you for being that dick, I don't think that you're a bad person. I don't think anyone's a bad person. I think that you lived your life in your way because that's the way that you wanted to live your life. I think that it seems like you didn't feel like there was anybody there to talk to you. I don't know that, and I have no idea what you were thinking, but I want to say that, mate, fucking, there's a million people who think that no one will remember them when they die, and they are kind of right. Yeah, um, they might not think anyone will remember them. They might want a million people to remember them, but a million people aren't going to remember them. Sometimes some people remember them. Sometimes other people remember. People remember them for what they did and what they were, um, or what they did for other people, or what they were to other people. But I don't know if this makes sense really. But you did what you lived your life. You did what you did in life, and I think that you did what you did and lived your life perfectly. I think that you matched your life and did what your life was 100% perfect. I think that you were pretty true to yourself. I think that whatever you thought you did, and I think that's really good. And I think that, I mean, if I go back to like what people remember and who remembers you, I think that you probably wanted a lot of people. I bet you wished that a lot of people would remember you. I mean, I might not be right about that, but I think that you wanted I think that you thought that nobody will remember you, but like there's like hundreds of people who remember you. Maybe not the millions or the thousands, but I bet that, I mean, it doesn't matter who I tell that you're not here anymore. That uh, people, it doesn't matter who I tell. Like I could tell a complete stranger, and they'll be like, "I remember that guy. I remember him." Um, because he one time did this thing, and he was so memorable for that. Because he's just that kind of person. I think that you were the kind of person who made an impact on people's lives, and there are so many people who are envious of that. People want to be like that. There's people who want to make that kind of impact on their life, on other people's lives, and I think that's a good thing to aspire to, if in the right way. I mean, if you are an impact on people's lives and it's positive, that's good. I mean, if you want to be a positive impact on people's lives, and you want to do that, you want to make that your life's purpose, I think that's a good thing. And I think that's a good lesson that I personally will take from what has happened to you. And I don't know if this sounds fucking horrible. I don't know if this is I don't know if it's disrespectful to do this thing and to talk about this so openly online. I'm obviously not going to make this something that like anyone can just like type in your name and find, but I want to let you know, and I'm doing this in this way for some reason, because I think that you're a great person, and ironic. One of the biggest things that I ever heard about you is that you always wanted, and you told me, I remember being at your house, and you said always wanted a viral video. Now, if this ever became like famous, and for any amount of reasons, which it wouldn't, I know it wouldn't, but if it ever like got to any degree of fame, then I'd say, well, fucking, you did it, mate, you did it. But that's not what I'm really out for. I mean, if it did, and you were happy with it, and I knew that you'd be happy with it, then I'd be like, yeah, man, it's all you did it. But I think that the video of you jumping into Warrior Square swimming pool is fucking good enough, mate. That's one of the best fucking videos I've ever seen. So, I think I'll just end this right now. And sorry, I've been talking to Chris, but I haven't been talking to Future Tom. So, Future Tom, I'm going to end it now. And I'd like to know what you think. I'd like to remind myself and remind anyone watching this of what they've thought about this, about anyone who they've been friends with, anyone they've loved, anyone they've missed, or anyone they just don't see anymore. I want them to think about them and to know them and to have them in their mind and see what happens. So, until next time, Tom, I will be you later.